Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. So in this video I actually want to talk about an accomplishment which I'm pretty proud of, and it was that we managed to clear the back-to-back wall stages that I covered in my previous video about Apex stages, which were stage 1112 and 1113. Both of them are double statue stages and both of them were synergy obligatory stages and some manual intensiveness as well. And now currently we are at the next basically wall, which is also a double statue stage, but this one's even harder, and as of right now no one has cleared it on the global server. So we're waiting on that. Okay, so here we have it, and I'm going to break down the strategy a bit for you guys as well, so you can see at these higher Apex stages what is actually going on. So this one I think is actually the more difficult of the two stages. This is the first one, and the reason for that is it is a damage check, and for players who don't have, like, you know, high Paragon upgrades, it's really just impossible for them to clear it. Even, like, you know, players who are expert AFK stage pushers, they're stuck not being able to clear this stage if they just Supreme Plus to Paragon 1 level of investment, which I think is not fair for game design. But yeah, I'm hoping that something will change about Apex stages, but basically this video is not going to be going into the problems with Apex stages. This is just going to be showcasing you actually these comps. So this was the team lineup, and when we look at the battle over here, this was the positioning. As you see, it is Rowan behind the Callan, the two Hugans on the left, Saida was on the back left over here, and Tessio buffing up Valara. And then what you're going to notice, we're going to turn on ×1 speed. As soon as the Hugans get their ultimates, you're going to want to begin cycling them. This Sword Word spell, it activates, and Hugin actually kind of freezes time while he's casting his ultimate, but the Sword Word spell keeps triggering. And so you're going to notice throughout the whole of this fight, you really just want to extend the ultimates and have as much of this frozen time as possible for more Sword Word damage triggering. So what we did here was the first Hugin actually used his ultimate onto Rowan to keep him alive, otherwise Rowan would die. And then we waited for both Hugin and Rowan's ultimates to be up together, and we did the other Hugin ultimate and Rowan ultimate at the same time, and we manual Rowan to make sure he's in a line of these Hugins, because now that Rowan is over here, he is safe, because the statues are just going to fire off in the middle for the whole battle, and we're going to have, you know, Rowan, Hugin all in a row here. So you're going to have to manual Rowan's ultimates for the whole fight, and of course manual Hugin. And the second Hugin ultimate was on himself. Only the first Hugin ultimate is on Rowan. After that, now all Hugin ultimates are going to be on himself. So now Valara was on auto, like basically ordering throughout, but the other heroes were on manual. So Saida is going to come up right now. So what I did was we had all of the double Hugins and Saida ultimates come up together, and then we did one Hugin ultimate, and then we wait for the whole duration. Like you guys see here, we're not just spamming all the ultimates back to back, because when you wait for that whole ultimate animation of Hugin, it's going to provide more time of the Sword Ward proccing. And then Saida went for the ultimate, and the first ultimate will be this Hunter on the right, the marksman bow guy on the right, and then the other Hugin is going to ultimate. Okay, and now we're going to use Rowan to boost up our energy. We're going to keep him in this ult in place, basically. We're going to manual him. Callan was on auto at the beginning as well. And I'll show you guys the charms, by the way, at the end, so don't worry about that. So then we're going to see Hugin coming up, and as soon as Hugin came up, I just went for his ultimate, because I found that if you're just using as many Hugin's ultimates as possible, even if you're not necessarily combining it with another hero right at the end of it, their ultimate, it's still going to be beneficial. But if you can extend basically this animation by having another hero ultimate after the Hugin. And so Saida is now going to attack the bow guy on the left, marksman. So then Callan is still on auto. And now you're going to see Hugin, as soon as the ultimate comes off, we're going to do it. And all of these Hugin's ultimates are onto their self, because that is going to give them more energy to get up their next ultimate again. Because you just want to keep spamming Hugin's ultimates as much as possible. So you're going to do Hugin ultimate, followed by a Rowan ultimate in the same position to boost the energy. And now we have Valara's magic circle activated, which is good. So now we do the Saida onto the treasure chest. That's going to be the third target. And that's going to lock them down. So Callan, now we did Callan on manual, and we did Callan ultimate, because that also has a bit of a freeze time frame. And then we followed with Hugin ultimate, followed by the other Hugin ultimate. And now all we're going to do, Valara is on auto 4 out, like it's just the other heroes who are on manual. And Rowan just energy boosting to get more Hugin's ultimates, and then we're going to do Hugin ultimate followed by another Callan after it. And you're going to see now, while these heroes are casting their ultimates, the Sword Word spell is triggering and proccing and dealing pretty high damage, especially after Valara's stats heal buff. So Hugin ultimate, you're going to see. Now the Hugin ultimate, look at that sword word spell just nuking the enemy, right? That is why having the Hugins cast ultimate as much as possible, and even Callan casting ultimate, is just kind of freezing time, but the sword word is still triggering. This is what you need to make happen, right? So now we're just nuking the statue in the middle. Whenever Hugin's ultimates come up, we're just casting them on himself. And Callan ultimate is also on manual. Hugin ultimate comes off, immediately cast it. So of course we're doing this in ×1 speed to make sure we have as many cycles of the Hugin's ultimate as possible. And now we're 29 seconds in, and it's because this is really the damage check portion, and you want to extend time as much as possible by cycling the ultimates, and by, if you have 2 ultimates available together, you just chain the ultimates. But I just realized, because a lot of people were thinking that you just have to, save ultimates and chain them, but I found from my testing, whenever Hugin ultimate is up, you should use it. If there's another hero to combo with it after the Hugin, that's even better. But if not, still use the Hugin ultimate. Don't save the Hugin and wait for the Hugin ultimate. So you go for the Hugin ultimate, then you want to Rowan energy boost after Hugin's ultimated because it gives him some more energy. And now you're just going to see it here, 17 seconds left, and is looking really good for us, right? And Saida ultimate also freezes that time, dealing that sword ward procs, and there we go. And then we're just going to clean it up. And I actually managed, by doing this strategy, I managed to clear with 4 seconds left, which is actually really impressive for our stage, which is known to be a major damage check. Obviously, I'm fully Paragon 4, so at a Paragon 4 level of upgrades, this stage is definitely doable, reasonable. But at Supreme Plus is still not doable. That's the unfortunate thing, because Sword Ward, I believe, is going to be based on your team attack, right? The damage output of it. And you're basically just killing the enemy with Sword Ward. So let's go ahead and show you the charms of this. It was a Blast Charms on a Callan. And if you can refine them. And it is a Cheetah Charms onto Rowan. You have Mystic Charms onto Hugin. Blast Charms onto Valarian, refine them, and Saida with the Blast Charms. I didn't refine them yet, and it was fine. And then Mystic Charms onto Hugin. So there we have it for triple 1-2. But it is a damage check, and it really needs higher level of upgrades. Fully Supreme Plus account cannot clear it yet. And I don't know how long you're going to have to wait for phase buffs, because unfortunately these phase buffs are very minor. They're not going to be major stat buffs or stat increases. And we don't know exactly how they're even applying. So I don't know how long it's going to take for those Supreme Plus accounts to actually be able to clear the stage. That's the unfortunate news. Okay, triple 1-3 was much more reasonable. This is also a damage check, but you're going to see a lot of the damage is coming from Shmira. So you're looking at this comp, you're like, what is going on in this comp? You have a plus 10 Supreme Plus Laios, and you have Shmira in an AFK stage. But Shmira was a major damage. So if like someone has a Paragon 4 Crown Shmira, probably you would be able to pass this damage check. You probably would be, but maybe your Valar stats also have to be high. Yeah, so this is also a damage check, but this was a really interesting team formation shared by Kai, who's also like an expert pusher. It was shared from the Chinese community, and this is going to be a this is a very consistent team for Korean Guardian statue. But the thing was, it was not working at plus 20 exclusive equivalent of Laios. For whatever reason, it needed to have plus 10 exclusive equivalent of Laios. If you had a plus 20 Laios, what would happen is Saida wouldn't charge enough energy, and you were just not able to follow this strategy properly. And I'm going to show you, and I'm going to talk about it, but just we can look at the charms right now. It was Arcane onto Kulu, it was Blast onto Saida, Butcher onto Shmira, Sorcerer onto Laios, and Wizard onto Rowan, and Blast onto Valar. That is basically the team. And it wasn't even using a Phantimal, and we were in a Phantimal stage. It wasn't even using it. That's a crazy thing. Okay, so here was basically the team formation. Kulu in front of Saida, Laios in front of Valar, and Shmira in front of the Rowan. Now, the strategy is, Kulu is going to insta-die. Then what you're going to do is, your Saida is going to be on auto for the first alternate. The only heroes on manual are Shmira and Rowan. And what you're going to do is, you're going to cast Shmira ultimate and follow up with the Rowan ultimate each and every time. So that it cycles Shmira's basically energy, so she can keep recasting her ultimate for more damage output. And you're going to move Rowan. Yeah, you're going to see it here. Okay, so everyone else is going to be on auto. Even Saida's first ultimate is on auto, like we said. But manual are Shmira and Rowan. So first of all, you're going to do Shmira ultimate and Rowan ultimate in place to boost the Shmira energy after she's casted her ultimate, right? Saida, first ultimate is auto. Now, this is the thing. When I was running a plus 20 Laios, for some reason, Saida didn't charge enough energy. She's now going to get hit in one shot by this wood soul thing, which is normal. That's supposed to happen. But if you have a plus 10 Laios, she's going to end up with the perfect amount of energy that with one more Rowan ultimate, she's going to be able to cast another ultimate. But the problem was with my plus 20 Laios, she wasn't getting enough energy from this. So you're going to see what happens here. She's going to get hit in one shot, but look at that energy. That is perfectly enough. She has over 500 energy. She's going to respawn over here by the Rowan. Rowan is going to energy boost her. She's going to be able to cast another ultimate. When I was running with plus 20 Laios, she had like 300 or 400 energy, like around about this level rather than here. And it just didn't work because then one Rowan ultimate was not enough to get her to ultimate. And then basically you couldn't follow this strategy. So that was a really weird thing. I don't understand why that is the case. So now Saida's going to respawn right here. She can't do anything because she's blocked off by Laios' summon, right? So she's just going to sit here. And Rowan's going to ult, and that, with the wizard charms as well, it's going to provide the energy for Saida. But of course, you're going to Shamira ultimate first. As soon as that energy is drained, you're going to do the Rowan ultimate. And now Saida has perfect energy. She's going to ult, and she's going to go back in for the Fae, right? She's going to go back in for the Fae. And now, for some reason, she ends up in a position that the enemy is not targeting her. And she's just able to survive, which was really important, right? So then again, we still have on manual Saida, Shamira, and Rowan. And we're going to do another... Okay, so Saida's going to get another ultimate off. It's going to be on Faye again, just to deny her energy. Shamira into Rowan ultimate. Rowan just ultimating in place. Now Saida's ultimate is in effect. And now it is just the damage check portion. So what we need to do is we need to keep doing Shamira into Rowan cycles. We need to get the damage output. And we need Saida just to weaken down, whittle down Faye a bit, whittle down the stone statue in the back a bit. Because those are like the last two surviving enemies. But one thing I noticed was it might have been more optimal to just keep attacking the Fae here, because when I attack the stone statue, he just gets mad and he kills me really quickly, and then it's just wasting time, right? So again, we do the Shamira into Rowan combo just for that energy boosting so Shamira can cycle. Now Saida ends up in a safe place, and then I just ultimate Fae a few times because I'm like, I'm not jumping back in the stone statue, he's just gonna kill me again. So let's just go ahead and attack Fae a few times. Yeah. So Saida's gonna attack Fae. Just going Shamira into Rowan. But this was really consistent. My first try of this team, it managed to clear it. And there was actually another team which was using Siren in order to clear the stage. I tried it for over 2 hours. I wasn't able to do it. I think probably maybe my timings were a bit off on Siren Ultimate. But really, this team was basically like a no... It was like foolproof. Like, so I just really prefer this team. And if you have the plus 10 Laios, it works really well. So you're going to see it here. It is a damage check. In the end, you can time out. And, you know, probably what I would have just done is, if you are timing out, just keep using Shamira ultimate, or sorry, Saida ultimate onto the Fae. You're going to kill the Fae, and then Shamira will just be able to solo these stone statues in the back. Because when Saida ultimates these stone statues, she just dies. And I think probably that's not the most effective use of her life or her time. So you're going to see a stone statue goes down, then the wood soul. Yeah, 6 seconds left. These wood souls are really annoying because they have some sustain in their kit as well. And then we're just gonna have Shamira ultimate followed by a Rowan ultimate, and we just have to clean it up. And we do manage to get it done, but with 0 seconds left. I think if we maybe, you know, I mean, obviously it also depends on your crit RNG because you're running Butcher Charms on Shamira, and maybe if we just Saida ultimate Fade more times would be more easy. But because it is a damage check mainly of Shamira, like, and you could, like, you know, proxy in a Saida, Paragon 4 Saida, then you would have the damage in order to run this comp, right? If you just have, like, the plus 10 Laios of your own. Anyway guys, that is basically going to be it for this video. Let me know if you enjoyed this style of video talking about the Apex stages, because this season I have pushed myself to the limit kind of in AFK stage pushing, and it has kind of opened my eyes to another aspect of this game, which is very interesting. Now definitely there are frustrations with AFK stages and especially Apex stages. And the rewards for pushing are not really worth it at all. So unless you get like that satisfaction, self-fulfillment of basically overcoming a difficult challenge, unless you're getting that out of it, there's no reason you should really be doing this. But I also wanted to do it to kind of become maybe more well-rounded, also know how to, like, you know, manual battle effectively. And then I can make more tutorials like that in the future, because I am sure there are people out there who want to maybe improve at AFK stages or even manualing stages. So I'm probably going to make more videos like that in the future. It's just another basically aspect of the game which I've kind of unlocked, which I really was really casual about in the past. Like in the past, honestly, I would just be sitting maybe in the top 50. Like in the previous season of AFK stages, I didn't really even bother. And this season, I've just tried to push to the limit. But I still haven't achieved a single first clear reward because my guildmate is an absolute beast at stages. He's like one of the hardest pushers in global, basically. And the unfortunate thing is he's also in my same server. So you get a first clear reward if you're the first in your server, or if you're the first in your district to get basically get a clear. But for me, I cannot do either because he's in my server and he is just an insane pusher. Yeah, so anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comment section down below. If you are also trying these stages, good luck with them. And yeah, and hopefully as days go on with phase buffs, they will be doable even at a lower level of investment account. I really hope that is the case because otherwise that's just really unfair in my opinion. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. That's gonna be it for this one. And if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. My affiliate link is in the description of this video in a pinned comment, and you can actually bookmark this link in your browser, and whenever you're planning to make a purchase, just return to the bookmark link and make your purchase. It will support me and be greatly appreciated. So thank you guys for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.